is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. We have been beaten 2-1 at home to Newcastle, making it 2 wins in 17 games and 2 wins as well at home after 26 games. We are in mid-February. Just quickly, an update. Man United have scored, but there's a VAR check for offside. I don't know if this is going to be given. Right now, if this is not given, Spurs are 3 points above the relegation zone and falling like a rock. We're falling to the bottom of the oceans. These are new depths we have not seen since the mid-90s. It is absolutely panic stations. It is crisis mode. It's offside. It's no goal. Man United's goal has been ruled out. So as we speak, Tottenham are 3 points above the relegation zone. It's another damaging defeat with Arsenal to come in the next game as well. We picked up another injury today with Wilson Odegaard looking like a serious knee injury. He is going to be out who knows how long for. He didn't look like it was in a good way. Well, Leeds have picked up a point after being 2-0 down to Chelsea today, so they go above us. Tottenham, after today's defeat, sits 16th in the league with Nottingham Forest 3 points behind with a game in hand. Currently, West Ham are winning at the time of this recording. They are currently playing with 25 minutes to go against Man United. We are watching with every fibre of our being, hoping Man United could pull a result out of the bag and do us a favour right now, because Spurs are in deep trouble. This is no longer any sort of long shot, fanciful thinking. Tottenham are in a relegation dogfight. This is not, at the time of recording, if West Ham can hold this result, Spurs are in deep trouble. Stell, what do we do here? We are in an injury crisis. We have backed Thomas Frank all the way as a club. Right now, we're not looking like we're going to sack him. We've just hired even more coaches for him, a physio from Brentford, an assistant manager. The club seem to be sticking by him. There are no rumours of him being sacked. Right now, there's a 12-day gap to the next game. If there's any time to sack him, surely now's the time. Albeit that time's been and gone, you'd probably say. But in terms of right now, between now and the end of the season, this is the biggest gap we're going to have between games. So now's the time if we're going to sack him, isn't it?
Yeah. He should have been sacked after after the West Ham game. For me, that West Ham game was the moment that the tide turned, where it became from a bad season into a relegation fight. That West Ham game was the 6-pointer that would decide whether Spurs get sucked into a relegation fight and we galvanise West Ham, or whether we pull away, create that buffer, and then we can focus on the Champions League and just get a few more wins in the Premier League and finish wherever we finish. To not sack him after the West Ham game was diabolical. That result against Dortmund saved him, and it shouldn't have saved him because they're two separate competitions. You can't treat Europe and the Premier League as one in terms of results. Now, for me, Sim, I want to go back. I want to go back in time a little bit, if you don't mind.
How long? How far back?
5 years.
Go on.
I got onto YouTube because I just felt that there wasn't a voice loud enough talking about Enoch, Levy, and the structure at the top. So Brian Daigle and I, we began on YouTube. Okay, we got a bit more interactive with other channels. Tottenham Away grew and grew and grew, and it became a very prominent Levy out, Enoch out voice. Us guys got called every name under the sun. Toxic, negative, you hate Tottenham. We did a video 3 years ago where we said, under this ownership, the way they're running the club, they will get us relegated one day. That video is still on Tottenham Away's channel. We said they will relegate this club because of the way they've neglected the footballing matters. And all they do is they come up with these new marketing noises to fool fans. We're going to go down a data-driven route. Oh, we've got this football director in. Oh, we've got this scout. Oh, we've got a new performance coach. Oh, we've got a new medical department. Oh, we're doing an audit on the club. Oh, we've got Levy out. Oh, Vinay's an expert. Oh, Charrington's here to shore up the sponsorship so we can get naming rights still for the stadium and invest in the team. I've been hearing bullshit. I've been hearing absolute bollocks from Enoch, Levy, the media team for the last 5 years. Myself and a few others, we warned this was going to happen. We're here, right? We're here. That said, the fans need to make a choice. Either you stand up and protest and fight against this regime for the future of our club, or this manager who is being backed by Lange and backed by Vinay, they are going to relegate the club. Be under no illusion. And I've been saying this for last month. Guys, we're getting sucked into a relegation fight. No. All we need is 3 or 4 wins. Tell me the games we're going to win. Tell me those games we're going to win. Because all I'm seeing is fans saying, I can see green shoots. Oh, we look more attacking. That means nothing to me because the last 6 games have been loss, draw, loss, draw. We don't win games.
2 wins in 17. 2 wins, that's nearly half a season. We're getting close to half a season where it was 2 wins.
I said it 20 times on today's show. I said it so many times, I managed to draw a super chat for the channel. We don't win games. We need to win games. Frank has got to go. Yes, he's got an injury crisis. Yes, it's not all his fault. And yes, there are factors that are out of his control. Yeah, they're bigger than him. We are fucked under ENIC. We're screwed under this structure. But we can't allow the club to go down. And the only chance, and there's no guarantees, by the way, Sim, the only chance is a new manager, new ideas, a new way, someone that can fight, someone that's going to play football a bit more suited to our players, just to get us those 3 or 4 wins that hopefully keeps us up. Because under Frank, Sim, I don't think we're winning another game of football. Mm-hmm. I don't see it. And people think, oh, you're overreacting. Oh, it's clickbait. Oh, you do it on purpose. No, I said it 3 years ago. And I'm saying it tonight. And I've been saying it for the last month. Frank is going to take this club down. It's not all his fault, Sim. It's not all his fault. But right now, we need an urgent reaction. And the only way I see it happening with the injury crisis and the transfer window shut, how stupid are Lange and Vinay to not bring in players that we needed now. They've sabotaged things.
Egg on their face.
Egg on our faces because we're the ones that are going to pay the price. We must change the manager for someone that's going to bring some fight, because right now it's not about winning, it's a fight. We're in a fight.
In terms of the game today, just stick on that for a bit. We'll get into all that conversation.
I just had to get off my chest because
that's fine. I think we all agree with you in terms of the mess that the club is in from a hierarchy. But in terms of just the game, obviously we've lost 2-1 to Newcastle. You know, we showed a bit of fight in that second half, as we have done in the last few games. But again, it was nowhere near enough. Yet again, starting slow out the traps, weren't we? We should have been 2 or 3 down in that first half. That first half, we was just so sluggish. Again, passive, allowing Newcastle to pop the ball around. With Newcastle, were a threat from every set piece that we faced, pretty much in that first half. We were just being kept in it from poor finishing and a bit of luck where Joe Willock's forehead basically kept him offside, which that should have been the opening goal. We got a bit of luck with that one. Spurs offered pretty much zero threat in that first half, and we got another injury, a bit of unlucky. Obviously, Odegaard looks like he's done his knee. Let's really hope it's not as serious as it looked, but it looked like an innocuous moment from him, and that was obviously terrible. But what is it with these first half, Stel? We just come out so slow, just waiting, it's like we're watching the opposition. It's almost as if Frank comes out like, and he says to the team, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to watch what the opposition do in that first half. So in the second half, I can make the changes to influence the game. And it's leading to these, I don't know if that's, obviously I don't think that's the case, but totally. But it's almost as if that's what he's done, because he's noticed this tinkerer, right? This guy who's adaptable and he tinkers with the tactics and he changes things. And at half time, he seems to do something because we come out better in the second halves. But every time in the first half, we're just watching the opposition every time. Spence was getting done over and over again on that right, on our left-hand side. Willock, Ramsey and Bruno were slicing through us like a hot knife through butter. It was so easy for them. We had no threat at all. We were just playing sideways. We were just playing long balls over the top. The only joy we had was a bit of Odegaard in behind Burn a couple of times. But other than that, once they sussed that out, that was like we had no other kind of plan. What is it about these first half, Stel, where every time we give ourselves too much to do?
Yes, because we play with the handbrake on, and when there's nothing to lose, the shackles come off, and we're a better team. This is the story of Frank. This is Frank ball. Look, I wasn't convinced with the starting lineup on the basis that I don't like square pegs in round holes. We should have started Sousa. Yes, he's a kid. Yes, he's young. But you know what? He came on against Man United. He had a little taste of it. Spence was not fit. Spence being on the pitch contributed to us conceding that first goal because he was having a nightmare against Elanga because Spence, who I believe is a brilliant 1v1 defender, just wasn't on it because he's not match fit. And Elanga had him on toast. So I don't think we should have started Spence. We should have started the young lad and put him left back, put Gray at right back. The big thing for me though, and it was a conversation we had before kickoff, not starting Paulinho is criminal. I don't understand any logic in any world where you don't start your best number 6. Paulinho's got bite, he's got battle warrior attributes. He's also an experienced player. He's got a bit of leadership about him. We need those kind of shoulders on the pitch in these games. They've got Guimaraes. Where's our Paulinho? We didn't have that counter, so I would have started Paulinho. So from the off, I thought that allowed Newcastle to get a bit of momentum in the midfield and down the flanks. And they did. They got momentum in midfield and down the flanks.
And the goal we conceded, man.
It was coming from that.
But it was what? It was coming though. Goal. Everything about it is just so all over the place. Like Frank.
The warning signs were there though. Sim. It was going on. It was happening for a while.
As of a few weeks ago, he was saying how much better we are defensively. Look at the improvement defensively. Now he's saying in his press conferences just before this game, defensively we're struggling. It's something we're gonna have to look at for literally every press conference leading up to this game. Every week he's been saying, the attack, it's something we're working on. We're talking to the coaching staff. It's not, we're really struggling. And now he's saying, the defence we're really struggling. Something we're going to have to work on. So it's something we're basically struggling from both ends of the pitch. And that goal, Elanga, all the time in the world to whip that ball in. We've got 3-on-2 at the back post, which they've got an advantage. Easily won the header. Vicario's powering it back into the mixer, and then Sarr isn't strong enough and allows Malik Chior to beat him to it. And it's a weak finish, and it still somehow finds its way on the back of the net. But as you said, the goal was coming, but it's just such an atrocious goal to concede, all over the shop.
Listen, they scored a goal. The warning sign was there. It was offside by what, a forehead?
Yeah. That was it, yeah.
So the goal was coming. Every time they put a ball in the box, every set piece, every corner kick, every just from open play, running down the flanks, getting the balls in. Every time the ball got whipped into our box, it was chaos, it was disorganisation. And this is what happens when you have constantly got to change the back four. We spoke about it before the game. Constantly changing the back four, which isn't Frank's fault, it's been forced on him, but a constant change at the back means a communication breakdown and not being aware of players' movements, so there's no real partnerships. And you could see it every time the ball came in the box, we were all over the shop. That goal was coming, which is why he should have addressed the Spence thing 20 minutes prior to the goal coming. And Paulinho should have come on. People are saying, Paulinho had a knock. He played good 55 minutes in the second half with all the extra time. He was fine. He was absolutely fine. So I think for me, Sim, the big kind of just the pain of it is our style of play is rubbish.
Awful.
It's rubbish. You've seen managers just get their blueprint on a team just to a sign of how you want them to play. And the way we play is defensive, long ball into the channels, let's try and score on a counter. But there's never enough bodies attacking for it to work. And often, rather than shooting, when we do create something, it's an extra pass or an extra touch or an extra flick. So the coaching in the final third of the pitch for me hasn't improved. And the passage of play is just not effective enough. That's what I saw in the first half. But then second half, the first 5 minutes, Newcastle came out and it was almost a replica of the first half. But then for about 20 minutes, bang, we just went at them. And Newcastle were wobbling. Their goalie was having to make saves. Was shooting from distance, which we weren't doing first half. And eventually we knocked, and the goal came. And we're thinking, yes, back in it.
And it took, I think, Archie Gray to kind of, he was the protagonist there. He set the tone.
I thought Graham Paulinho were our best two players second half. But then Newcastle no. They then flicked on a switch. And it was like Newcastle in the first half again. And within 5 minutes, they're on top of us. We're pushed back. We don't know how to get out of it. And they scored a very good goal.
If I remember rightly, before they scored, they scored. I'm looking at the times here. We scored on 64. and they scored on 68. Within those 4 minutes, I think Van de Ven had to make an unbelievable challenge. They were having all like shots from set pieces. Like, we could have conceded before that goal. That goal was coming even in a 4-minute spell.
That Van de Ven block you said was class.
But then from corners, like the Ramsey had a chance. Like, they were already causing us trouble even in that 4-minute spell just after we scored. So as soon as we got the goal, you're thinking, okay, we got momentum behind us. Let's go and win this game. Newcastle terrible away record.
I thought we were going to go and win it.
And like, they've got a terrible away record. They've lost the most points from winning positions this season. Okay, let's go and win this game.
Doctor.
And what happened?
Doctor.
It was like, as you say, Newcastle decided, you know what, let's just go and get another goal. It's like they were in full control of what was going on. It was like if they decided they were going to get another goal, they could do it. And that's exactly what happened. And as soon as they went 2-1 up, you saw the confidence seep out of the team. We didn't do anything for the last 20 minutes. We did nothing.
Half and half, yeah. I mean,
we had one bicycle kick at the end from Solanke. What else did we really have? Pope didn't really have any saves to make.
Do you know?
Tell tried a few things, but he was the only one trying, it seemed.
Football is such a cruel game that it's on fine margins. We equalise, we're in the ascendancy, and you can feel Spurs might go on and win this. We've seen it before, coming back against Liverpool, coming back against Man City. Okay, we don't always win, but you see the comeback is on. Football is so cruel, fine lines. We get the ball, we counter-attack. We had a 5 versus 3. We had the overload. If Conor Gallagher just makes that pass, that simple pass, lays it off correctly, Sim, we're in. He gets it completely wrong, and what happens? They come back up the other end and score. Fine margins. Football's cruel like that. If you don't take that moment when it comes, you know what? In the Premier League, the opposition will, and they did. And that was the moment. That's the moment the whole game was done.
Flipped.
And we could have been the team in that moment that got the 2-1. And you know what, Sim? That's been the story of our season. It's been the story of our season. We don't get it right, and we let the other team in, and we just get bitten every single time. So I don't know what to say. I thought the boos at the end of the game were very telling. It wasn't the normal boo. It was a good 2-3 minutes, and it was. I think he might get sacked off the back of those boos.
You think this could be the one? This could be the game. This could be the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah, it should be. Should have been a while ago, but will it be? Is the question. Will this board finally have to eat some humble pie? Will they have to eat some humble pie finally?
Somebody in that boardroom, somebody that looks at the spreadsheets, the numbers, the income, the stadium debt, the transfer kitty, the wage bill, someone that looks at all those things. I'm guessing they all do, because we're an investment bank, not a football club. One of them must stand up at the next meeting and say, guys, we are 3 points away from relegation. This is the financial consequence. It's a catastrophe if it happens, and it will be. Our stadium debt is colossal. We are going to have to hemorrhage players. So that person that stands up and says that in the boardroom, the rest must say, okay, protect the club. Mm-hmm. What do we do? You've got to change the manager. From a financial decision, forget football, Sim, forget football. From a financial security perspective, you've got to change it, the manager.
Someone has to shake some sense into them. Someone in there.
Mate, they're all bankers, they're all finance people.
They're all scared to make the decision. Someone has to just shake them. Look at what's happening here.
Sure.
We are 3 points above the relegation.
Yeah, but they're going to be even more scared when they've got to go in front of the bank and tell the bank, oh, we're not going to be making nowhere near the money we were before when we secured all these debts. By the way, players, I don't think we can afford to pay you. We might have to sack the tea lady, maybe the guy that cuts the grass, right? Okay, I'm joking. But you get my drift. From a financial decision perspective, no club has gone down with our level of debt. We have got massive debt against that stadium. We can't go down. We can't. How are we going to attract new sponsors? How are we going to keep existing sponsors? How are we going to attract new players? How are we going to keep our existing players? Somebody, if you think now's not the time, what does everyone think is going to happen against Arsenal with Frank and this team? What do you think is going to happen in the next game? We are going to get battered. And you know what? Now's the time. We can't go into the next game against Newcastle like this. We cannot. Because I think it will be the most toxic I've ever seen it against Arsenal. I think it will be the most toxic I've ever seen it. And we've seen toxic times. We've seen the Nuno's, El Sakiko toxic day. We saw the Conte toxic. We saw the Ange toxic, the Mourinho toxic. This is going to be the worst of the lot. And it's going to be under Lange, Vinay and Charrington's stewardship. He's got to be removed tonight to save the club, in my opinion. I don't know what you think, Sim.
I absolutely agree, but the problem that we have is what we've had for the last few months and maybe even last season. Who goes in charge? What is the next stage? We sack Frank, we put Heitinger in. Who is the interim? What choice?
But you can't keep it like this.
I agree.
You can't keep it like this, though.
I think you just got to sack him, and it doesn't matter. Put Heitinger in charge.
You can't keep it like this.
You have to make a change. If put Mason in, put someone in. It doesn't matter. I agree with you. We just need someone fresh with new ideas. We're doing the same thing every game. The teams have sussed it out easily. It's the most boring, stale, predictable, rubbish football I've ever seen as a Tottenham fan in my life. Thomas Frank is completely out of his depth at this football club. He doesn't know how to manage a club of this size, and I understand all the problems he does have, and I understand that, but I'm just look at the pitch.
Ange had the same problems.
Yeah, and he was they still were able to play football.
Ange had the same problem. He had an injury crisis. He lost his back four. We had problems galore. The difference with Ange is he secured Premier League status. He made sure that there was enough gap for us not to go down, so he could focus purely in the Europa Cup. Or Sim, if they do keep Frank, which I don't think is a wise move, if they do keep him, they've got to forget about Champions League.
Yeah. We go all legs on all legs.
Because otherwise we will get relegated because the squad is just not there. We don't have the squad for both competitions.
But
it's sad, but it's true.
What manager can come in at the moment with the injury crisis we currently have and turn things around? Is this a sinking ship at the moment in that sense? Like these injuries are crippling. We've picked another one up
Sim,
today.
it's not about
13 injuries now.
It's not about taking over a team that's injured. It's taking over a team with a fresh face, a fresh voice, a fresh tone, a fresh way of coaching, a different mindset, someone that can
just buy us a couple of wins.
Exactly. We're seeing how are Leeds turning it around at Stamford Bridge? How are they doing that? How are West Ham beating Man United, who have been smashing City, smashing Tottenham, smashing Fulham, smashing Arsenal? How are they doing this tonight? It's because they're fighting. Frank, the team, we don't have the fight. So it's not about just changing manager and inheriting an injury-ridden squad. We just need a fresh culture for a very short period of time, a fresh environment. Otherwise, you know what? Sim, we're going to get relegated.
I'm watching West Ham now.
We're going to get relegated. We're going to go down.
They're fighting tooth for nail. I can see it right now. Like they are giving everything.
We're going to go down, man. I know it. I know we're going to go down if we stay with Frank. I know it.
I don't think the way things are going, he can keep us up. The stats are absolutely atrocious.
We lose it. We don't win, Sim. We don't win games of football.
When was the last time we won at home?
Crystal Palace. That was away.
No, we beat
Brentford at home, I think.
Brentford home. When was that? November.
7th of December.
We haven't beaten Palace.
It's over 2 months.
We beat Palace in December, and we didn't even deserve to win that game. Oh my God! Okay, I thought West Ham were about to score. But anyway,
if you get in a manager that can just get some fight, just get some energy, just get something.
Playing a bit of football. Look what United. He just. I know they're losing at the moment, but with Carrick, right? He just got them, let the shackles off. So Cunha's now shooting from outside the box. They're just little things.
You got them playing one-touch football.
One-touch football. Like right now. You watch the football we play. It's got enough. The way we play football doesn't have anything to do with injuries. Now, maybe a lack of fitness or intensity, or maybe the quality of the football that we play in terms of are we doing it to the best of our ability? That's all to do with injuries. But what he's attempting to do, how we're trying to play football, just lump it into the channels and trying to get the ball in behind over the top, try and get into Slanky, rely on getting set pieces and corners and scoring that way. That is all on Frank, and that is his blueprint. That's how he's trying to win games. And as well, being very passive and standoffish to the opposition, not basically allowing them to do whatever they want outside the box, as long as they're not.
We don't even defend good, and he's meant to be a defensive coach. We don't even defend good.
We allow the opposition to do whatever they want, as long as they're doing it outside the box. We allow them to do whatever they want. They can pop it around, take as many shots as they want, put in all the crosses they want. As long as they're doing it outside the box, it's fine. It's like hunky dory. Frank's like, as long as you're outside the box, he doesn't care.
I feel sorry for Frank because of the injury crisis, but at the same time, if we're going to feel sorry for Frank, then I, including, owe Ange an apology for being harsh to him when he had injuries. At the start of the season, I said keep Ange because that victory, that bond, that something he created, it was crazy to throw a grenade at it. Listen, the hardest thing is to hold up your hands and say, do you know what? Maybe I've got this wrong, and to reverse your thinking. I did that with Ange. I said, maybe I've got it wrong. The guy deserves a crack at it because he's done something we haven't seen in 20 years. Yeah, it's kamikaze, but you know what? Let's see what he does. I don't care what he did in Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is a completely different team, different culture. He knew these players for 2 years. He knew this club. He knew this squad. I'm not saying Ange would have been any different, but I truly believe, Sim, you go back to the start of the season, sabotaging that for this
was ludicrous.
It was nuts. And if you are going to do it, bring in someone that is of a level. Bring in someone that's really going to get fans excited. I do feel sorry for Frank, and I do feel sorry for Ange because they've inherited a shit show of an injury crisis. But that's all out the window now. Now it's we have to survive and stay in the Premier League. And for that, it's not about Ange, it's not about Frank. We need someone that's just going to get something, squeeze some juice out this orange for 3 games, and we're okay.
And when you talk
and
about
we'll,
Frank
and we'll
as well,
survive. We'll survive.
You know, when you talk about the teams down in the bottom at the moment, like when you talk, it's not just like tactically, personality-wise. Like when he's got a massive club, he's under all the pressure in the world. It's all on his shoulders, right?
Yeah.
Does he have that personality to motivate these players, get those little extra things out of them, like Ange did in the Europa League final, like get a speech to get that little extra out of these
personality.
players? Personality. Does Frank have that?
Right.
I've seen none of that, and he does inspire the fans when we hear him speak. And you know, there's a clip.
Yes, but
There's a clip going round of one of his team talks in pre-season. I'm watching him like, is this really going to get the players fired up? Is this really going to get the players running that extra bit? Now, he did actually show a bit of more passion than I thought in the press conference before this game. I was like, okay, maybe he's starting to show a bit of fight.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, look how we came out today, Spurs. We came out same as we always do, just sitting off the opposition, not asking any questions of them, and waiting to concede before we try anything. And it's the same thing. So, look, Frank is taking us down. There's no two ways about it.
I believe so.
We are getting relegated. I completely agree.
He's going to relegate us.
We will get relegated if Frank stays in charge.
Listen, I think if Thomas Frank was... Glasner's leaving in the summer from Crystal Palace. If Frank took over Crystal Palace, I reckon he'd do a really good job there. I think Thomas Frank at a club like Crystal Palace will do really, really well. West Ham on the counter-attack. This isn't good!
Corner, bloody hell.
If he squared that...
7 minutes added on there.
You know what? He should have squared that. If Frank takes over at Crystal Palace, I think he'll do a really good job there, and the fans will be happy with him, and he'll find his feet. Tottenham's a very unique institution. It's a mind fuck of a club. It really is. It needs a specific type of character. Very few of them exist out there. Frank is not that. I don't know who is Sim, if I'm honest, but it's not Frank. And listen, I want to go in on ENIC a lot more, but what's the point? We've done it 1,000 times. Fans don't want to protest. They are the problem, though, Sim. You know that.
But
they've really let down. That January transfer window was diabolical, Sim. Gallagher, Souza, and who's that Wilson kid?
James Wilson.
The
window we are now.
That's what I'm talking about. That
window seems ludicrous at this point.
Scandalous what they did. What Lange and Vinay did in that window is criminal. Paratici signed 5-6 players for Fiorentina. What? And we end up with what? Scraps. You know, as much as I would hammer Frank, all roads lead to ENIC. All roads lead to the board. Again. But this time, they're going to pay the biggest price of all. They're going to lose their money this time. Fans aren't going to the stadium. There's empty seats. The sales are down. And when we get relegated...
West Ham nearly scored again.
And if we get relegated, then what? So... I expect 10,000 fans to be protesting before the Arsenal game. 10,000, if we're serious as a fan base. Otherwise, you know what? Enjoy relegation, people, because that's where it's going.
At the end of the day, ENIC should have seen this coming a long time ago. We after that Chelsea game back in November, ever since then, they should have been, okay, maybe we've got this wrong. We have to start thinking about alternatives here because this is a shambles. After that West Ham game, 100% after that West Ham game, they should be on the phone to people saying, we all looking at alternatives. 100%. He should have been out the door and we should have alternatives. We're now at crisis point. We're now at the depths.
Lange should be out the door as well, Sim. Lange.
We are literally... I mean, I was about to say it can't get any lower, but it absolutely can because we're not in the relegation zone just yet. But we are
can get lower.
We are in crisis point. We're in desperation station right now, right? So if they're not looking at alternatives and finding a solution to help us right now and getting rid of this manager, then we know they're incompetent, but I don't know how they can't see ahead of time that this is a possibility. They have to. Oh my word!
Oh, United missed by an inch.
They have to make. They have to act. They have to act.
They need to freaking sell the club, Sim. Lange needs to be fired. Lange needs to be fired from his duties. Dereliction of duties. What has he done to this team? Vinay came in with a wealth of experience. He's an Arsenal fan who's acting as an agent on behalf of frickin' the Cronkies. He's come in to sabotage the club, and I tell you what, he's doing a superb job. A+ in your exam.
Double agent.
Vinay, get him out. Lange, get him out. It's insane what's happening at this club. I can't believe we're sitting here with Spurs shirts.
I know.
Watching West Ham United every game now. We're literally watching West Ham every game. Do you know what, by the way? We're worried about West Ham. What about Leeds and Palace and Forest?
They're all getting better and picking up results. And this is what, one of our good callers, Josh, was saying weeks ago. He said all the teams below us have been getting better and better.
They're picking up wins here and there.
Picking up wins and been getting better than they were in the beginning of the season.
He's right.
They've been getting better and better. And we are sitting here getting...
Oh, they're in.
I think he's offside.
They're in.
Is he not offside?
Oh, the goalie saved it.
He's offside. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
Listen, Sim, I honestly believe, and I'm not saying this just for people to like and subscribe and all that shit. Sim, he's going to get us relegated. We're going to get relegated with Frank.
When you actually think about
we're going to go down.
When you consider the injury crisis, when you consider what our form is, at what point do we start saying we're actually one of the favourites to go down?
I think what's prevented us from being in that kind of conversation is the fact that we look like a completely different team in Europe.
Yeah.
We battered Dortmund. We battered them.
But
so because people see that, they're like, no, you won't go down. Look at you lot.
Oh, it's a goal! Oh! Wow!
Oh, my God. The Man United have equalised.
Phenomenal. Man United in the 96th minute. Benjamin.
Wow.
We're staying up, people!
Don't say that just yet.
We're staying up! Man United are saving our skin here. Benjamin Sesko has put the ball in the back of the net in the 96th minute.
Oh, my God, that's unbelievable. It's unbelievable!
Let's just check for no VAR.
You can't write this. This is amazing. We needed that.
After all our chat...
Oh, what a finish.
Benjamin Sesko could be saving our skin here. It's a great finish. No offside. It's a goal. Man United, West Ham are going to...
what a goal that is.
What a finish that is by Benjamin Sesko.
Listen, they've still closed the gap, though, to... It's still
closed it by a point, so it's now 5 points. Right?
Yeah, we've got Arsenal next.
And we've got Arsenal next. But
if West Ham win the next game, then it goes down to 2.
Be a bit of reprieve for us. They missed all those late chances, West Ham, and they'll be kicking themselves. They'll be absolutely kicking themselves.
Oh, here they come
Let's
again.
Just see the last few minutes here, because West Ham are coming forward now. Adama Traore is on the ball. He's got Johnny Scott. Adama Traore cuts inside. Come on, hold strong, United, hold strong.
I think it'll fit. Oh my God, this is mad. Supporting this club is too much.
Might have got away with one tonight. Look for all the world team. West Ham have taken all 3 points. So it looks like we could be ending the midweek with a 5-point gap instead of a 3-point gap. Or could Man
See, do you know what? Now they're going to keep Frank.
Can Man United win it here?
Oh my God, they're in. They're in. Shoot!
Crosses it.
Oh, you idiot!
And away by Wan-Bissaka. So 7 minutes are up here at the London Stadium. That guy's not going to be cutting his hair at the moment. Unless there's a late twist in the tail.
The guy with the hair, I forgot about him. I only found out about him last show when Ben told me. I didn't even know about it.
Incredible.
The thing is, though,
The thing is, even with this result, this is going to give them hope that they're
picking up points.
There's momentum.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's still a good performance, isn't it?
My worry though is because of this. Now they're going to say, "All right, Frank, you stay." No, he's got to go.
He's got to go.
He's got to go.
It's enough now.
It can't. This can't be the reason they keep him. This is luck. We're getting lucky now.
But my point being, they're playing United and Chelsea, right? And even though they not going to win, maybe not win those games, they're not going to win this game.
If Leeds can get a point against Chelsea, so can West Ham.
All right, full time.
Oh, we caught life. Listen, we caught life.
We've got away with one, but
it's down to 5.
Still 5 points. It's still 5 points.
Look,
we are very, very lucky.
I think it's fair to say we most probably, you never know, but most probably lose to Arsenal. If West Ham win the next one,
Bournemouth they got.
Right, if they beat Bournemouth, it's 2 points. If they draw, it's 4 points. It's slowly closing. And like I said to him, who are we going to beat? Where are we going to get a win? So, anyway, we've done our talking, I guess.
All right. That is your instant match reaction.
I can't believe that.
I can't believe it. It has changed things. It has changed things.
It has
Because
changed.
it was 3 points and now it's up to 5. So we've got a massive get out of jail free card there. But the reality is 5 points is still a gap, and it's still a small gap, and that can change very, very quickly. And we are still very much in a relegation battle, despite the fact we've got away with it. And I think West Ham will take heart from the fact
they're fighting.
Got a point. They're fighting.
They're
exactly.
fighting. They're picking up points.
And if they can go within a minute of beating. They can go within a minute of beating Chelsea and beating United. They can go into the next game thinking, why can't we beat the likes of Bournemouth and get consistent results? They've turned a corner. And
they have.
Even though United have equalised, that's more evidence of them turning a corner.
West Ham, Leeds, Forest, Palace, these teams, they're on the march. We are going down. Sim, it's like this. This is what's happening. We're this team. They're all up. And eventually we're going to cross over.
All right, well, look, now is your chance to have your